For now, we have a nice juicer for you to finish off the day. Chronic versus his teammate, ApparentlyJack. How ApparentlyJack looked in the previous round, it seems like Chronic demoed. Jack now. Just a nice little double jump pop. Thank you for the gifted sub. Shroud has been a longtime fan of the channel, so I'm happy that he's now a sub. Jack. Chronic didn't want to touch the ball. He recognized after trying to rush to it that it probably wasn't a good idea to just hand it over to Jack, so he pulled away and did his best to matrix away from the ball touch. Jack. Is this a stock Genic? What is this just... Stenic is currently looking clean because of the gameplay behind it. AppJack is basically smurfing. Who in the ones game has times after? It's really hard to do it in this era, just to be clear. Just like in RLCS, I think the one scene has kind of matched the RLCS scene in that it's a bit easier to dominate everything. Whereas, you know, just like in RLCS now, with so many games. Foxy like 2 days a year. Foxy in tournament form, although he wasn't able to pull it out in this tournament. Still could, though. Chronic diving out to the midfield for a 50, and it pays off. This one, though, maybe not going to pay off as he dives to the back wall for a 50 as well. And Jack able to force off the backboard. All right. Chronic actually says that Jack is smurfing, so just go to the next game. So Jack wins game number 1. This gets cut out of the video because that's why all of chat is spamming nice. Jack is going to score first. One other nation at a time. So for a moment we were stealing England in order to have Jack of extending that a little bit more, give it a chance to beat Jack, but Jack was still in good enough position and just going to launch this flick directly at the back of Chronic. It can be hard to make those saves when you can't turn into it, save it with the nose of your car. You have to just kind of... Chronic, delay flick. Jack flick, top shelf, pinch by Chronic. Get supersonic from that quick of a star, or that slow of a star, I should say. Title correct? Title is correct. So we got scam, is what you're saying. I got one guide, is what you're trying to tell me. Jack, Chronic kind of staring each other down here. Here we go, Chronic into his position. I've been hyping you up so much for these wall-to-air dribbles. Need you to convert. But oh no, Jack is actually going to counter. Threatens the early save off the ceiling and then attacks the ball. Jack. Front flip. Yo, Virgil, thank you for the 19 months. Much appreciated. Long time subbing. Jack is cutting early. He wants to take the midfield. Doesn't want to go back to his corner and leave Chronic room to attack still, but it's actually not going to pay off for him. Chronic! Oh no! You can see I'm going to stay on his perspective because we just need to feel the pain alongside him. He has a boost to make it work right now. Eligible bump connects. So now 7 seconds side of it. Chronic is not going to be able to do this without boost. Thank you, Jack, for making me correct. I was worried there for a second. Seemed promising, but normally, without boost, 0 seconds. No. Thank you for the 100 bits, Frosty. Feel free to DM me off stream sometime. Jack right now. Jack faking here. Low. Chronic, another wall-to-air dribble reset. Far away from the nets. Great execution here from Chronic. He starts his dribble, maybe intentionally, not towards the net. So Jack can't make this early challenge. Instead, Jack 4 players for both teams. And we had apparently Jack in at least a couple of different 1v1s. Maybe just one, but either way, he was just bringing the game to a screeching halt every time he got possession. He would drop the ball down. Not going to force the issue. Chronic, does he have the long shot? He does. Chronic, wall to air dribble, late recovering Jack. He has basically recreated his kickoff scenarios that he is so effective at. Chronic is the absolute man when it comes to these positions, and he's played them a million times. Jack is time to do so. Jack, pass to the wall. He wants to play a very safe, straightforward 1v1 style, and Chronic, Jack again wants the ball on a carry, wants to slow the game down, and oh my goodness, what a save! It up, which we shouldn't be surprised considering how we've seen Jack play this. He has just been forcing the issue on his carries. I've talked about top 1v1, at the highest level, trying to go against that idea and force the issue of his ground game. He has the lead right now and is about to get a full sweep if he can finish this off. So who's to say that he's a special spot? 30 seconds, the soft setup to not go to the ceiling. I think that's also an adjustment by Chronic because of what Jack has been doing. This is not an accident. You see Chronic every single time he air dribbles. Sends it up high to the ceiling, and when defenders sit and trying to react possible, and is able to play the dribble from there. Can he get another one? He does! Low dribble. Another opportunity for Jack in the air. He can't let the ball touch the ground, but he's still going to go to his carry, and he just loses it. Probably got ahead of the ball a little bit. Chronic. Chat. Somebody in chat just said, Chronic is ass. I'm better than him. Now type in chat how many goals you guys think that player would score against Chronic in one game. Chronic. The reset double off the backboard. 0, 0, 0, 100. Wow, only Ray. Very important game. Chronic's going to have the slight edge. It'll be a nail biter, but Chronic will win 101 to 100. Chronic trying to win by 100 goals. We got Jack out of his flow. Jack, though, that you would beat, you're just kind of asking for it. That was interesting. Chronic almost waited to get bumped and then got to use a wave dash because he did. No, I think he said he beat him. I don't think he just said he was bad. I think he said, or maybe he said he would do better than him. There's definitely a direct comparison between himself and Chronic. Chronic. I played in a $1,000 tournament against my teammate, and you'll never believe what happened. Something like that. I own gold. Although Chronic didn't really own gold. He just didn't get the save. Chronic, the passive free jump. My least favorite thing in all of one. Some positions you probably have no choice but to be passive. Jack's going to make that. Was Jack's very intentional play. Flakes and AJ have both done it. Yeah, I think it was AJ who said he has been doing it for a long time. All I'll say is I've watched a lot of 1v1 in the specific matches I'm hosting. Definitely no. Chronic. Here he is. His wall to air dribble. This time Jack decides to wait. That's a death sentence. You haven't watched enough Chronic 1v1 if you're going to try and sit and wait and let him attack your nets. Well, first off, if Chronic does it well enough on the kickoff, he doesn't allow for you to get up early. Ooh, Jack. Well, on less ideal ones, you can. But even then, you probably just have to attack Chronic. He just... Ooh, what a smooth catch. The side flip flick. Yeah, Chronic's throwing the nice one, too. I think it's worthy of it. Has the ball on the sidewall. Really... That's why even he throws the nice one. But here he is again on his wall to air dribble. This time, the setup is not great. It's a bit too far on the opposite post, and Jack is able to get this. Chronic His flick saved. He needs a goal. 30 seconds. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Has boost to work with. That's what I feel is so important in these late game scenarios. If you want to score, you have to have boost. And Chronic sees the pre-jump on the first air dribble. So he goes back down to the ground and does it again. This time it works out. Chronic, his favorite spots. Chronic just needs to hit something he's hit many times this game. He's going to go low. Jack has the save. And Chronic's not even going to try and go get it because he's not going to be able to. Jack heads to the grand finals. Chronic might have farmed 1,000 goals that way, but couldn't quite do it with everything on the line.